Imagine a world where rejection becomes a catalyst for self-improvement, where setbacks are seen as stepping stones towards a better version of ourselves. Stoicism offers us a roadmap to navigate this world, guiding us towards resilience, understanding, and ultimately, triumph over rejection. Let's delve into these 10 Stoic ways to handle rejection and unlock our inner strength. 1. Acceptance and detachment. Stoicism teaches us that the key to inner peace lies in recognizing that some things are within our control, while others are not. When it comes to rejection, Stoicism urges us to focus on the aspects we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of accepting the reality of the situation, even if it is unfavorable. By acknowledging rejection as an inevitable part of life, we can begin to detach ourselves from the emotional turmoil it often brings. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings, but rather understanding that we have the power to choose how we respond to rejection. Imagine you have poured your heart and soul into a project at work, only to have it rejected by your boss. Stoicism encourages you to accept that rejection is a natural outcome, regardless of your efforts. By embracing this truth, you free yourself from the burden of feeling personally attacked or defeated. Instead, you can redirect your energy towards self-improvement and learning from the experience. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom lies in detaching ourselves from external outcomes. By realizing that we cannot control how others perceive or respond to us, we can liberate ourselves from the fear of rejection. When we learn to detach from the need for external validation, rejection loses its power to define our worth. Consider a situation where you ask someone out on a date, only to be rejected. Stoicism would encourage you to detach from the outcome and recognize that their rejection is not a reflection of your value as a person. Instead of dwelling on the rejection, you can focus on fostering self-love and personal growth, knowing that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. 2. Reframe the situation. When faced with rejection, Stoicism encourages us to shift our perspective from external outcomes to our inner thoughts and actions. By doing so, we can better understand that rejection is not a reflection of our worth, but rather a chance to reassess and redirect our efforts. To reframe rejection through a Stoic lens, we must first acknowledge that our value as individuals transcends any external judgment. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, we can choose to view rejection as an opportunity to learn and adapt. By shifting our focus from the outcome to the process, we can extract valuable lessons from the experience and use them to improve ourselves. Imagine you've applied for a dream job, pouring your heart and soul into the application process. However, you receive an email informing you that another candidate has been chosen. Initially, you might feel dejected and question your abilities. However, reframing the situation through a Stoic perspective could help you see the rejection in a different light. Instead of letting self-doubt consume you, you could remind yourself that the outcome was beyond your control. By embracing Stoicism, you can shift your focus towards the effort you put into the application, the skills you developed during the process, and the valuable experience gained. This perspective allows you to view rejection as an opportunity to refine your approach, learn from any mistakes, and ultimately grow both personally and professionally. 3. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization involves imagining worst-case scenarios and mentally preparing ourselves for them. It may sound counterintuitive, but it allows us to cultivate gratitude for what we have and to develop emotional resilience when faced with rejection. By envisioning potential rejections, we are better equipped to handle them when they occur, as we have already processed the associated emotions and prepared ourselves for the possibility. Imagine you have applied for your dream job. You've spent weeks meticulously preparing your application, honing your skills, and rehearsing your interview answers. Despite your best efforts, you receive an email notifying you that you did not make the cut. Rejection hits you like a ton of bricks, and disappointment threatens to consume you. Now let's rewind to a few days before the email arrives. You have been practicing negative visualization, envisioning the possibility of not getting the job. You have already allowed yourself to feel the sting of rejection, accepted it as a potential outcome, and mentally prepared for it. When that email finally arrives, you are not blindsided. Instead, you take a deep breath, acknowledge your disappointment, and begin to reflect on the lessons learned from the experience. By practicing negative visualization, you have developed a Stoic mindset that enables you to approach rejection with resilience and self-awareness. Rather than spiraling into self-doubt or despair, you are able to view rejection as an opportunity for growth and personal development. 4. Embrace impermanence. Stoicism teaches us that the world is in a constant state of flux and nothing lasts forever. This includes the highs and lows we experience throughout our lives. By acknowledging the impermanence of all things, we can free ourselves from attachment to outcomes and find peace in the face of rejection. Imagine a beautiful flower in full bloom, radiating vibrant colors and a sweet fragrance. It captures our attention and brings us joy. However, no matter how stunning it may be, we know that its beauty is fleeting. Eventually, the petals will wither and the flower will fade away. Similarly, the positive experiences in our lives, such as acceptance and success, are like this flower. They are transient, and it is within our power to accept their eventual departure. By embracing impermanence, we can develop resilience in the face of rejection. Stoicism encourages us to shift our focus from external circumstances to our internal state of mind. Rather than allowing rejection to define our self-worth, we can view it as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Stoic philosophers remind us that rejection, like all experiences, is temporary. It is merely a passing event that does not define us as individuals. This mindset allows us to detach ourselves from the emotional turmoil that rejection often brings, enabling us to respond with equanimity and wisdom. 5. Focus on internal goals. Stoicism encourages us to prioritize internal goals over external validation. It reminds us that our true worth lies not in the opinions of others, but in our own character and actions. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and resilience, we develop a solid foundation that can withstand the blows of rejection. Consider the story of Marcus, a talented musician who poured his heart and soul into a recent audition for a prestigious orchestra. Despite his relentless practice and undeniable talent, he was rejected. Crushed, Marcus could have allowed this rejection to define him, to make him doubt his abilities. However, drawing on Stoic principles, Marcus turned inward and focused on his internal goals. He reminded himself that the purpose of his music was not merely to win approval or accolades, but to express his passion and touch the hearts of others. With renewed determination, Marcus used the rejection as fuel to improve his skills, knowing that his worth as a musician was not contingent on external validation. By shifting our focus from external outcomes to internal virtues, Stoicism empowers us to view rejection as an opportunity for self-improvement. Rather than seeking validation from others, we are encouraged to seek validation from within by aligning our actions with our own moral compass. This internal validation becomes a constant source of strength and resilience, enabling us to weather the storm of rejection and emerge stronger than before. 6. Cultivate virtues. In the Stoic philosophy, resilience is considered a cornerstone virtue. It teaches us to accept the things we cannot change and find strength in adversity. When faced with rejection, rather than wallowing in self-pity, a Stoic embraces the idea that rejection is an external event beyond their control. By focusing on their inner resilience, Stoics can withstand the emotional turmoil that often accompanies rejection. Imagine a job applicant who has been turned down after an intense interview process. Instead of succumbing to despair, a Stoic individual would see this rejection as an opportunity to improve their skills and refine their approach. They would view this setback as a valuable lesson in resilience, knowing that their true worth lies in how they respond to adversity, not in the outcome itself. Another virtue central to Stoicism is self-control. By practicing self-mastery, Stoics learn to manage their emotions and responses in the face of rejection. Rather than allowing rejection to consume them with anger or despair, Stoics maintain a calm and rational mindset, making better decisions and avoiding impulsive reactions. Consider a person whose romantic advances have been rejected. A Stoic individual would recognize that their emotions are within their control and they can choose how to respond. Instead of lashing out or dwelling on negative thoughts, they would channel their energy into self-reflection. Stoics believe that rejection is an opportunity for self-improvement, leading them to introspect and identify areas for personal growth. 7. Practice self-reflection. Stoicism encourages us to embrace self-reflection as a vital tool in our journey towards personal growth. By taking a step back and objectively examining our thoughts, emotions, and actions in the face of rejection, we can gain valuable insights into our own character and reactions. Self-reflection allows us to shift our focus from external circumstances to our internal responses, empowering us to break free from the chains of self-doubt and emerge stronger than ever. Imagine a talented musician who auditions for a prestigious orchestra but is rejected. Initially, she might feel devastated and question her abilities. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, she begins to engage in self-reflection. Instead of dwelling on the rejection itself, she contemplates her own mindset during the audition. Was she truly focused on the music, or did her mind wander to thoughts of judgment and self-criticism? Through self-reflection, she realizes that her fear of rejection clouded her performance, hindering her true potential. Armed with this newfound knowledge, she decides to dedicate her energy to improving her concentration and cultivating a deep love for her craft. Stoicism teaches us that rejection is not a reflection of our worth, but rather an external event that is beyond our control. By acknowledging this fundamental truth, we can detach ourselves from the emotional turmoil that rejection often brings brings. Self-reflection enables us to recognize that our response to rejection is within our control. We can choose to embrace rejection as an opportunity for growth, resilience, and self-improvement, rather than allowing it to define our identity. Through self-reflection, we gain a deeper understanding of our strengths, weaknesses, and areas in need of improvement. Stoicism encourages us to accept rejection as an invitation to reflect upon our actions, motivations, and goals. This process of self-examination allows us to learn from our experiences, adjust our strategies, and develop a more robust mindset that is better equipped to handle future rejections. 8. Surround yourself with supportive people. Stoicism does not advocate isolating ourselves from the world or denying the importance of human connections. In fact, it encourages seeking the company of supportive individuals who can provide comfort, guidance, and encouragement during challenging times. Surrounding ourselves with such people can play a pivotal role in how we handle rejection. Imagine a young artist, Alex, who has poured their heart and soul into a series of paintings. With great anticipation, they submit their work to a prestigious art gallery. Weeks later, Alex receives a rejection letter, shattering their hopes and dreams. In this moment of vulnerability, Alex's stoic approach would involve seeking the support of friends who genuinely understand and appreciate their artistic journey. These friends, through their empathy and understanding, can help Alex process the rejection, reminding them of their passion, talent, and the subjective nature of art. By providing a safe space for Alex to express their emotions and offering words of encouragement, they help rebuild Alex's resilience and self-belief. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the outcome of our efforts, we can control our response to it. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people aligns with this Stoic principle, as it allows us to focus on what we can control, our relationships, and the support we seek. Rather than dwelling on the rejection itself, Stoicism encourages us to channel our energy towards nurturing connections that uplift and inspire us. 9. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and non-judgmental, acts as a guiding light during moments of rejection. By cultivating mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming consumed by them. Stoic philosophy teaches us that external events, such as rejection, hold no inherent power over our internal state of mind. Mindfulness allows us to detach ourselves from the immediate sting of rejection and gain a broader perspective, enabling us to respond with clarity and composure. For instance, imagine you've poured your heart and soul into a project, only to face rejection. Instead of succumbing to frustration and self-doubt, mindfulness allows you to recognize the emotions that arise, acknowledge them, and choose how to respond. By practicing mindfulness, you can distance yourself from the initial sting and adopt a more stoic mindset, focusing on the lessons learned and the opportunity for growth. Meditation, a powerful tool for self-reflection and mental fortitude, aligns seamlessly with Stoic principles. By incorporating regular meditation sessions into our lives, we can develop an inner resilience that enables us to navigate rejection with grace and equanimity. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. Meditation strengthens our ability to respond rationally and calmly, even in the face of rejection. Consider a situation where you face rejection in a personal relationship. Through meditation, you can cultivate self-awareness and self-control, allowing you to respond to the rejection with empathy and understanding. Rather than spiraling into anger or resentment, meditation helps you develop the resilience to accept rejection as part of life's ebb and flow, and to approach it with a stoic mindset. Stoicism reminds us that rejection is an external event, and it is our perception of it that truly matters. By reframing rejection as an opportunity for growth, Stoicism encourages us to view it as a redirection rather than a personal failure. Mindfulness and meditation enable us to develop the mental discipline necessary to embrace this perspective. Imagine you apply for a dream job but receive a rejection letter. Instead of dwelling on self-doubt and disappointment, Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus toward the lessons learned and the chance to refine our skills for future endeavors. By actively practicing mindfulness and meditation, we can train our minds to perceive rejection as a stepping stone on the path to success, rather than an insurmountable roadblock. 10. Gratitude and acceptance. At the core of Stoicism lies the belief that we have control over our own thoughts and emotions, but not over external events. Stoics encourage us to cultivate gratitude for what we have in the present moment, rather than dwelling on what we lack. When faced with rejection, this philosophy teaches us to shift our focus from what we lost to what we still possess. By practicing gratitude, we develop resilience, allowing us to bounce back from rejection with a renewed sense of purpose. Imagine you've spent months preparing for a job interview that you believed would be a perfect fit for your skills and aspirations. However, despite your best efforts, you receive an an email notifying you that you didn't get the position. Instead of allowing disappointment to consume you, a Stoic perspective encourages you to reflect on what you gained from the experience. Perhaps you discovered new strengths, developed your interview skills, or made valuable connections during the process. By shifting your focus to these positive aspects, you can acknowledge the rejection while still embracing gratitude for the journey and the lessons learned. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of accepting the things we cannot change, including rejection. Instead of resisting or dwelling on the outcome, Stoics advocate for embracing rejection as an opportunity for growth. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or resignation. It means acknowledging the reality of the situation and actively seeking ways to improve ourselves. Imagine you are a writer who receives a rejection letter for a manuscript you poured your heart and soul into. Rather than wallowing in self-doubt or frustration, adopting a Stoic mindset encourages you to accept the rejection and view it as an opportunity for improvement. You may choose to revise your work, seek constructive feedback, or explore alternative publishing avenues. By accepting the rejection and channeling your energy into becoming a better writer, you transform the setback into a stepping stone on your journey towards success. Remember, rejection is a natural part of life, and by adopting a Stoic perspective, we can navigate it with resilience and wisdom. Embrace the opportunity for growth, focus on what you can control, and remember that rejection does not define your worth. Thank you for watching, and we hope these 10 ways to handle rejection through the lens of Stoicism provide you with valuable insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might find it helpful. Stay stoic and stay strong.